Okay, so you finished assignment 4 and you're ready for number 5. Okay, number 5 is where we actually get to edit the next story. Now, if I scroll down, some of you may have this, some may not, but I have a blank page. And then I see a fun day in the sun. This is no good. We don't want a blank page in our book. Okay, so what we're going to do, you may have a fun day in the sun on its own whole page. It might be in the middle of this page. No matter what, if you don't see a fun day at the sun at the very top, there's a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down and you're going to put your mouse or your cursor in front of the A. That means to the left of the A, you should see your cursor blinking. And you're going to hit the backspace button. And when you hit the backspace button, it should pull it to the top. You're going to continue hitting the backspace, until that happens. See how now I'm in the front page? Let's undo. And now it's back down. Okay. So your goal is to have a fun day at the sun as close to the top as possible without having it go on the page above. All right. A couple things, little reminders, some ways that you can move around your document. Don't forget to zoom in and out as you need to. Okay, we can go in a little bit further here. If I need to move up or down, I have my scroll bars on the side. We have our arrow keys. You can also look on your keyboard. You should see a page up and a page down button. Okay, the page up and down can move you in larger chunks. So play around with moving and getting yourself to where you can see the whole document, or the fun day in the sun in a nice size. So what we're going to do is we're going to format the text again. So what we want is we want to change the title of the poem so it's nice and big. It fills up the whole line. We want to make the font of the poem bigger because right now if I zoom out my 60%, see all this extra space? If you're making a book, you don't want all that extra white. That's a waste of paper. We want everything nice and big. You want to be able to see everything. So start out by getting everything nice and big. Change your fonts. You may want to change your font first before you change the size because you may end up having to change the size again. Some fonts show bigger than others. So 36 is a nice size for me for my title. Let's make our poem bigger. As you're making your poem bigger, if the lines get messed up, like the two pals went to the big green mountains, I don't want that on 2 lines. Okay, with poems, you want to try to have each line on its own physical line. So if I look here with the 18, I do have some space at the bottom, but that's okay because I'd rather have a little space than have the lines of my poem on 2 lines, okay? So make sure everything looks nice. The font of your poem will probably be somewhere between 14 and 18. So the last thing we're going to do, this is the most fun part of this poem. Some of the words, let me zoom in. Some of the words we have are in bold. You're going to change the bold words so that the font and the size and the color fit the word. Here's what I mean. The word run. Now, I don't have a font that makes the words actually run, but we do have some fonts where, maybe they're sideways or they're this italic. And italic kind of looks like it's running because it's tilted to the side. I could even push the italic button. Now it's hard to see, so these bold words can get bigger because we want them to stand out. So do you see how the word run, it's kind of tilted and it looks kind of fast? Okay, maybe I even want, maybe there's something else you can add to it, like we don't really have much else, but maybe there's a color Maybe when you think of running, you think of pavement, so you make it gray. Okay. Small blue. Why don't I make the font real small and make it blue? Get creative. Find a way to make those bold words look like a description of the word. Tall. What are you going to do with the tall? Green grass is not bold, but you could make the word tall green. That's totally up to you. This is where your creativity comes in. And when you're done, click your cursor at the very end of the word, the period at the end of the word light. If I move my mouse to the right a little bit, I get my plus sign. I'm going to add a comment, A5, done. And that's it.